Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dad Religion Podcast. I would like to dedicate this episode to all the homies who are still going to go to Cracker Barrel and eat the chicken fried steak and love it. My name is Jason, that is Jim, and we are together. We are this Titanic of a podcast waiting for an iceberg to hit.
Right.
So
well,
all of our
I thought it was already at the bottom of the ocean.
I could just keep going on and on and on, but I won't. Welcome. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well, brother. How you doing?
I am hanging in there, man. I am hanging in there. Getting ready for football season. I am so excited. I got the NFL package.
Did you really? How much?
Nothing.
How? Friend? Another friend?
No. So I had Spectrum Internet, and it's booty hole. And Verizon was given a deal. You sign up with Verizon, and you get the NFL package and a $200 Amazon gift card free.
Dude, I signed up for Verizon.
And it's cheaper than my internet was before, so I was like, let's do it.
It's crazy.
And now I don't have to pirate my football games because I've been pirating. Please don't come and get me. I've been pirating every game for the past 5 years. And and by pirating,
I'm
I don't.
Edit that out because that's going to be admissible in court, brother. I'm going to go ahead and edit that a little bit.
Well, you got to prove it because I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But you did admit it. You just kind of
But by pirating, I mean it's just an app that's on the App Store.
Yeah.
So if it's on the App Store, I'm saying it's good to go.
Cool.
Maybe not.
Hey, you got to fill me in on that Crackle Barrel thing. I'm not.
So what'd you call it? Did you call it the Crackle Barrel?
Well, Cracker Barrel.
The Cracker Barrel. So basically, Cracker Barrel changed. So if you've seen the Cracker Barrel logo, it says Cracker Barrel and it has that guy on the barrel, right?
Right.
So they basically took the cracker off the barrel, and it just says Cracker Barrel in a more modern font. And then have you ever been inside of a Cracker Barrel?
Not that I know of. No.
All right. So inside, it's like on the wall, it's just like old pictures of old people and farming equipment and like washboards and stuff like that. And in the front, there's a little store. It's not little. It's a big store of just like tchotchkes and just like random shit. They have candy, like old-fashioned candy. You know those what are they called? They're like the little candy sticks. They have the different flavors like butterscotch and watermelon and this, that, and the other. They sell all that stuff and like taffy and like country stuff. Yeah. Well, they're switching it all up and they're more modernizing it. And people are big mad.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Shit.
Oh, I can't imagine. What a dumb thing to be mad about.
Ridiculously dumb fucking thing to be mad about, but are we really surprised about dumb fucking things getting people mad nowadays? I mean, come on.
Yeah, man, cancel culture is the dumbest thing, and I've always thought it was. Unless it's something like extremely bad.
Right.
The way they cancel like comedy and this, that, and the other, and everyone is looking right or left. It used to be the right was like, oh, the left. All they want to do is cancel culture. And then Budweiser comes out with their can, their one single can that they made for a trans influencer, and oh my God.
Right.
And then Target, oh how dare Target sell rainbow shirts or pride, oh my God. And then the cancel culture is by them now. What else did they cancel?
On both sides, right? Target's been hit by both sides. Yeah,
they're all pussies, dude. Everyone who wants to cancel everything because of they don't agree with it is stupid. Unless
I think the idea. What? Go on.
Unless it's something that's like really bad, I get it.
Yeah.
But
I think
I
the
mean,
term cancel culture is terrible branding, by the way. It's just not. I hate the phrasing of cancel culture, but I kind of believe that if it's your dollar, go and spend it wherever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to spend it at Target because at this moment Target's doing this, that, or the other, then yeah, don't spend it there. But I don't know. I guess we disagree maybe a little bit on that point. I do think that you should be able to spend your money where you think you should spend it.
no, you should. But stop bitching
Yeah.
about it. Just go do it.
Well,
Don't fucking have to talk about it and be like, oh, we need to boycott this and we need to boycott that. Spend your money wherever the fuck you want. But stop whining about it online. Nobody gives
the problem
well, no one cares.
look at how much pressure has been put on Target and for how long, and hasn't sunk them, hasn't forced them to change their policies, has it? But there's just
I
a
don't
lot of
even
money in the economy, man. Like the capitalism is a big monster, and these corporations, like even Target and stuff, even if they lose, they can absorb losing 30% off of their sales for years. Apparently, they're like Russia. Russia's had these trade embargoes against them for all this time, and all of these sanctions and all this other shit. Man, don't seem to they don't seem to be faltering in any way,
uh, the thing is, it's like there's these cancel cultures, but Americans are so their memory is not very great, so it doesn't last that long. You know what I mean?
True. It's true.
Like people forget. People just want to be raged and angry and pissed off, and I don't get it. I don't understand why you give a fuck. Just keep on walking, keep on scrolling, keep on moving. I guarantee your child is not going, "Oh my God, I want to be gay because that shirt has a rainbow on it." I don't think so. I don't think that's happening. I'm sorry. It's
Or
not.
I'm not going to be gay because Target just took all the rainbow shirts out of their store.
Yeah, it doesn't it's I'm sorry, ma'am or sir, it's not going to change if your child's gay or not, whether they have it or they don't. If he or she is gay, he or she is gay. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's not one of those things that you are, in my opinion, it's not one of those things that you're just you just decide you're going to do because a shirt told you or because you read a book to do it or
Mm.
you saw a pride parade and all of a sudden you're gay. That's not how it works. It's
No.
really not. And
No.
I sometimes hate humans.
Yeah, I like my dog a lot. Sometimes, I think the dogs are better than
I'm not a
humans.
big fan of my dog either, but that's a whole nother subject.
Is your dog right there next to you, or
No, no, no.
no?
My dog is in the house. But
Um,
the hair thing drives me absolutely up a wall. I hate
which hair
dog
thing?
hair. Dog hair.
Oh, it's all over the place. Well, with your dog, it'd be all over the place. You got a boxer, right?
It's not all over the place because we're constantly on top of it, but it's so little you can't see it all the time. And then the dog likes to fuck with me. I don't want the dog in my bed. And every time I turn around, that fucking dog is in my bed, and that dog is laying on my spot in my room, looking at me like, "What, bitch? Yeah, I'm in your
Dominant
spot, bitch."
military.
This
My house. My house. Think that
is
shit
what
because
every
you
time, I really love the dog, but every time I walk by her, this is all I do to her. I go,
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
funny.
cancel culture sucks, and people suck.
People suck. What happened today in your state, bro? What the fuck?
I don't know what happened. I haven't been paying attention.
Didn't they like vote to redistrict and
Oh,
do
that
that
was
shit?
that was days that was days ago, brother.
I was on a little staycation. I kind of
Yeah, that was
lost track.
days ago.
Yeah.
That was days ago, but your guy's coming through, dude, like a champion. I
So
am
fucking
not a
fun.
Gavin Newsom fan, but God is he funny. Or his team is funny, one of the two.
I'm a fan. I just don't agree with about half of what he stands for. I like the
I think
story.
he's fake. I think he's fake as fuck.
Uh,
But He
I think a
says,
lot of people. I think a lot of people get that when they like Obama used to get that shit all the time. You know, just if you're too polished, if you're too smooth, if you've got much of a handle on the topics, and you can just talk forever and not have to reference. You know, and it turns out that you're right 90% of the time when you're just like blabbing off of your mouth. And yeah, people tend to think that you're just fake and put together and rehearsed and all that other shit. But I don't agree with that. I think there's a lot, and by a lot, I mean a lot to come at Gavin Newsom about. But I think that he's genuine. It's just weird because he doesn't seem it because he looks super plastic. But I just think, you know, I get the story. He was not brought up with wealth. He was not brought up with all that other shit. And every time somebody comes from like down below, you know, like in the more of a troubled or difficult upbringing, and then they attain something higher, all the fucking douchebag Richie fucks who think that the only people that deserve to be there are the people that like were born into it, they all just start trashing those people, and that's how all those kinds of rumors about authenticity and shit like that start. You know, it is what it is. I think he fucks up. I think he makes bad decisions sometimes. I think all that shit, but I don't think he's
I,
inauthentic.
I want to go back to what you said a few minutes ago. You said if you're right 90% of the time. If you actually think Gavin Newsom is right 90% of the time,
No, no,
I,
you misunderstand. You misunderstand what I'm talking about. It's like when he's like on a show or he's doing like he's prepped. You know, he knows what he's going to be talking about, and then they like have conversations. And he's usually when he's like, I'm not saying he's right in terms of the decisions that he makes legislatively or policy wise and stuff like that. I disagree with a lot of his positions and stuff. I'm just saying that he's right on the facts when he's like debating. Let's put it that way. Does that make sense? Is that different?
it does, but I don't think he's right on the facts either all the time. But
I would check it, dude. His people are so fucking smart, and he's really good at retaining information. No one's perfect. Obama was good like that as well. I mean, super super good at like Buttigieg, like our dude, the state representative in your district, James
Pelorico,
Rico. Thank you.
Pelorico.
That dude, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? When he talks, you can see he's got a lot of files that he's pulling from and shit like that. And you're going to get some of that stuff wrong, but I think that most of it probably comes through correct. He's one of those people.
Mayor Pete, me and
That's
you
what,
need to have a conversation about him off the podcast.
oh, why?
Not a
What?
fan.
Eh,
Not a
yeah.
fan. But I don't want to get into it. Or it has. And again, before people think it has nothing to do with his sexuality. Okay. There's some things that he has said on a topic that I'm not a big fan of.
Right.
That
I'll say it.
that I'm not that I'm not a big
He's been
fan
bad on
of.
Israel. He's been bad on
Um,
Israel. Dude, what Democrat has been really, what mainstream Democrat has been good on Israel? I'm like, we were just talking about Newsom. He's not great on Israel. That's one of those things that, I gotta, like,
Bernie.
yeah, no, but there's so fucking few of them, bro, is what I'm saying. Like, you can count them on two hands, basically, and of all of the, dude, it's just, I don't know, man. It's probably going to really pull down the Democratic Party. This because there's no way the whole rebellious wing that you are going to need to come out against Trump because of his authoritarianism and shit like that. You're going to lose a good chunk of them just because of your position on Palestine. Like, I don't know. I just
Well,
don't know.
we got Mom Donnie, who everyone hates, but I don't hate too
He,
much.
just, he might just be the mayor of New York. I mean, what the
No,
fuck is that?
no,
What he?
no, 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 no.
What you think he's going? Oh, what?
There's no chance that dude, if he wins the mayor, if he wins again, I don't know. I don't listen. This is just my opinion.
Go for it.
If he wins the New York, the mayor of New York, he wins that race. You think he's just gonna stay in that? Nah.
No, no, but look at how long the AOC has been in one place. It takes a long time for somebody to move up, to show that kind of mobility and actually do something that will affect the national
What about
politics.
Obama?
Dude, can you think of another time when that happened? I mean, it's such a once in a
No,
lifetime.
exactly, but that doesn't mean it's not gonna happen again.
Even Obama went from community organizing, which was a political event. He was basically doing lobbying for politicians, right? But different kind of lobbying. He was lobbying for communities, but he went from doing that to running for state senate. I think he got clobbered in state senate. No, he won the state senate. Then I think he ran for Congress and he got clobbered for Congress. Then he ran for Senate, and he was 4 years into a senatorial term. So he did. Even Obama, think about it, took about 6 to 8 years to go from low level up to the highest level, and that's on a lightning course. That's like with very, very few obstacles between your starting point and your finish point.
He was a junior senator, right?
Yeah, Obama I think was only ever a junior senator. In fact, isn't it I can't remember the other senator from Illinois. Durbin. I think Durbin's been the senator there from Illinois, and he's like runner up for hierarchy in the Senate. He's like right behind Schumer, I think.
What do we think of term limits?
Yes.
I think 8 years is long enough.
I've changed my mind on term limits, by the way. I always think that people should be allowed to make their choice. If they want to choose the guy again or the woman again, then they can choose them again. But that would have been my position probably 12 to 15 years ago, and I just, from what I've seen in those intervening years, I've changed my mind about that.
Sorry, this light is driving me
We
up
talk
here
about
to the upper wall.
term limits for a president. I would say, yeah, I think you and I talked a little while ago, and you had mentioned something about 1 6-year term, the way they do like in Mexico. That wouldn't be bad. I could live with that. I think senators, I would give them 3 6-year terms. That's what I would do. No, but there's one institution where you should have people there for a while. I don't feel the same way about the House. I think the House, you can do 2 terms and then you can't run again for 2 terms. That's basically how I would do it for the House.
I don't think I agree, but I see where you're going.
We're only disagreeing on years, though, right? I mean, we still
Yeah,
think
yeah.
if they were to all put it together and they were to come out with a vote, I would say motherfuckers better compromise and come up with a consensus view, and whatever that is, I'm good with it. I'm not going to shit on it just because they don't agree exactly with my term limits. But ideally, in my head, I think that you should, the Senate is supposed to be back in the 1800s, they called the Senate the saucer that cooled the tea. It was that little space that, you would sit there for a little while and it'd come in red hot from the House of Representatives. And then they sit in the saucer and it would get a little bit more watered down and palatable and easier to a little less radical, let's say. And I think that it's not bad to have something like that, especially when you can get a president to come in and be as radical as anything that's ever happened, in 150 years. So sometimes it would be good. The problem right now, term limits are a problem. These people have made themselves into institutions, not just that they're serving institutions. They've made themselves into institutions. And that is a real problem. But to me, at the moment, the most urgent problem is that there's no checks and balances. There's no balance of power. It's just all on one side, and they're just all, even within the parties, there's no difference in whatever the president's opinion is what everyone's opinion is. That's it. It's literally become a one-man party for just about half of the whole population of this country, and that's scary to me. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I also think SCOTUS judges need to be have term limits. I don't think they should get a lifetime thing. I also think that presidents should not. I think they should be elected.
What,
Is that
the
weird?
Supreme Court?
Yeah.
That's too much for me. I would rather see, and even more so than term limits, I'd rather see the Supreme Court expanded up to like 12 or maybe even 16 members. It should be big. So that way, if there's somebody there who's old as fuck and, dumb as pigeon shit, that they should just, they're sort of watered out by the other 16 that are there. I don't agree with having this small Supreme Court where these people have lifetime appointments and they're just like rulers, basically,
What do we think? What do you think about it being even no matter what? Doesn't matter who's in office. You have half Democratic, half Republican.
I'm not sure how you'd arrange that. That would be troubling. That would be difficult
Why?
to me to imagine how you get to that place.
Supreme Court is already troubling.
Well, it is, but I mean, okay, so let me think about this. So who would then? Okay, I get it. So in that scenario, we would have to resort to what you had said and elect Supreme Court justices as opposed to have them appointed. In that
Yeah,
system, I think it could work. Um, and to be honest, I am not so averse to limiting the power of the executive office at this point. I had believed in a strong executive for most of my life. I think that a strong president is important because of the work that they can do as a single person, negotiating with other countries and being a bully pulpit and, being something with which a party can organize its philosophy around, all that stuff. But lately, no, I'm thinking more that I would like to see that a lot more power go back to the elected representatives and stuff like that. So,
agreed. Agreed. That's what I was getting at. I mean, if it was even, okay, but it's 8, right?
yeah,
So 4 and 4, then they'd have to work together, and you'd have both sides of it.
I think it's
And
I
you
think
gotta
currently it's
cut. No, God, fuck no. It's
no,
so
I think currently
partisan. It's not even funny,
no,
huh?
currently there's 9 Supreme Court justices right now.
9. Okay, so is it 6-3 Republican or 5-4?
6-3.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be bipartisan. Am I wrong?
They're supposed to be nonpartisan.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Nonpartisan.
So you have a situation where you've got a guy like John Roberts, right? Who I disagree with most of the time, but from everything that I've heard about him, he's an institutionalist. And what he does is try to make it so that when the Supreme Court makes a decision, it has as much muscle behind it as possible. So that's why you get so many 6-3s. I think that dude is voting on issues with the conservatives, the harder conservatives, more often than he would if it was a 4-4 split and he was the deciding vote going back and forth. Get what I'm saying? And I think if you were to increase the size of the Supreme Court, you could probably solve most of that problem without changing the law the way that they're selected. You know, but like I said, Jason, I'm open minded to just about everything right now. If you're talking about reducing the power of the executive branch, I'm here to listen.
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. But
Yeah. I agree.
I,
At the same time, don't want to give too much more control to these monkeys that make a lifetime out of going and serving in, the House of Representatives or the Senate, and then, only to be interrupted by small periods of time where they're freaking lobbyists, where they so like so you would need to have term limits. You couldn't take the power away from the executive and give it back over to the legislative unless you're willing to institute some term limits on those legislative politicians. Because now all you're doing, you're just changing where the tyrants are. You're just switching where they're coming from. Instead of having one tyrant, you've got hundreds of tyrants that are there for life if they want to be, because they're gerrymandered. Their districts are completely designed for them to keep their power. And that's what we're doing more and more now. It's crazy, dude. That to me is nuts.
but
Did I ever think
we're
that was going to
really
happen?
not doing it more and more. This is something that was brought on by the president,
Right,
and the people behind it want to please the king,
right,
so they did it.
right.
And it's cheating, in my opinion, because they know that they're losing the midterms, or they have a really strong chance of losing the midterms. So they got to figure out how to get 5 more seats.
Yeah, well, the same people
It's
that wanted to
basically
please
cheating.
the king, the same people that wanted to please the king about that wanted to please the king about immigration, and then shot down that bipartisan immigration bill, which would have taken care of just about everything that's on the plate. But they wanted, I guess, the cruelty that was missing is the part that I'm not really sure, and that's the king's MO right there, is cruelty for the sake of cruelty and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. They do that to please the king, which is terrifying.
It's a strange, strange world we're living in, buddy.
Dude, I'm telling
Anyways,
you.
let's get off
I'm so
politics. Let's get
we
off
will. But I
politics.
just want to say I'm glad that my grandma is not here to see it because she would be brokenhearted. This would suck so bad for her. Of all of the people that I ever knew, the one who always had her flag out on the right days was my immigrant Mexican grandma, who, and not only did she have her flag out, she knew how to take care of it. If it was out at night, there was a light shining on it. If there wasn't a light on it, she would take it and roll it up at dusk and put it away. And and I just don't. People put their flags in the backs of their trucks and stuff now, and like let it get destroyed for no reason other than to roll around looking like they're American assholes. Anyway, all right, let's get off of politics. I'm getting a little touchy, and I've had about most of the year, so I'm getting a little loose.
I think I just fucked with the sound by doing that. Anyways, so I kind of wanted to do a little segment. Not really a little segment. I don't know what to call it. What should we call it? I don't know what to
Stupid
call it
shit
yet.
that people put on Facebook.
I can think of a better name than that, but
Yeah, I'm not good at names, bro.
so I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and Austin had its Pride parade this past weekend. I thought was weird because it's August.
A little late.
Yeah, but well, I mean, so was San Diego, right?
Oh, yeah, but there's a reason for that.
I'm sure they have a reason for it too. I don't know what it is.
Sure. But for our reason is because it's like so overcasty in June here in San Diego that they, it was like drizzly and shit, and they thought it was a shitty parade. In Austin, it can't be drizzly in June or in August or in July.
That's true.
I wonder what
But
I wonder what the reason is.
I don't know. But either way, I opened it up and I was reading the comments, and maybe it's just me, but I love reading comments on like controversial shit, and just seeing the stupidity or whatever that comes out, the boomers that come out, and I thought we could read comments. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds stupid, but
Yeah.
it may become a segment. Well, I mean, some of them are funny.
They are.
So I'm going to read a few. So
do we get to make fun of these people in between?
I mean, it's all what you want to do, brother. So
tonight, Austin.
So I'm opening up this first one. It's from it's like CBS Austin. All right, talking about their parade, and the comments.
Go for it.
So John Lacey said,
"Uh-oh, John.
Oh, look, the circus is in town."
Yep.
Some of them are good, Some of them are like, wish I was there. Looks fun. Great job, Austin. Proud of you. I should be more prepared for this, but I'm not prepared. Hold on.
I'm just gonna make a comment that John Lacey is probably the fake account of some 12-year-old kid who this is his masturbation material. Really, it's all.
So here, this is El Taco Otex. All right.
Oh damn! What up, El Taco?
El Taco Otex said, "This is what it looks like if Texas took a shit. It would be Austin." Smart guy.
That dude needs to go chill in the Panhandle for a bit, bro.
Man. Is there any other good ones? Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here is Irina Arispe. The rainbow means a promise of God, not a symbol of pride.
Ay, boy. Yeah.
Rights for All by Renee Patton. Don Phillips said, "Why I don't go to Austin anymore. Throw up sign, throw up sign, throw up sign, throw up sign, throw up sign."
last time he was in Austin was his parents dragged him out to Austin for some culture. It didn't take.
Well, his name was Don. Bob Weck said, "Make sure you're bringing your hand sanitizer." LOL. I love this shit. It's so funny to listen to
All
the
right.
boomers and watch them. I'm going to do one more, and then we can be done with this segment. We'll keep it quick. Here we go. Perfect. There's a perfect Austin comment from Larry's DC's. Ready?
Larry, say it again, Larry. What?
Larice, it's Larice, Lers, DC's, DECES. I think that's how you
Okay.
say it. Whatever, I could be wrong. This is why most Texans avoid Austin. It's become something you only used to see in California.
Oh man.
There's only gays in California, buddy. And now
Yep.
they're moving out here to Texas.
Which is weird because what that says about the United States is about a third of the population is gay, apparently, which is strange.
So that is a segment that will be named later. Dun dun dun. I say every week I'll find one article with some great comments, and we'll go with there. And I'll get my impressions up, and yeah, that'll be fun.
Sweet.
So that's all I got for today. Did you see that Instagram post I sent you about Ohtani?
Which one?
No.
Are you talking about the Hawaii business thing?
No.
No.
It's the first time Ohtani plays the Athletics in Vegas, and it has him walking on the strip going.
Fucking haters, man.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, on that note, thank you everyone for listening. We love all 42 of you, and have a great week. Peace out.
Peace all. See you, Jay.